Gamers, hello? Hello, gamers? You guys hear me? Hello? Hello, Bendy! What's up? What's up, gamers? That was me plugging in my phone. I need to charge it. Oh, let me get my stuff on here. Give me a second now. Oh! Hello! Hi, guys! Hi, guys! Gamers! Hello! Hi, guys! Ugh. Sorry. They yawned there for a bit. Guys, I'm gonna be real. I'm so tired today. Oh man. So tie. I'm so tie. I'm so tie. Ugh. I did not go to bed at a good time yesterday. Last night. Whatever. It was very late. It was like after 4 AM, kind of late. And you know what? Hold on. Now that I'm thinking about it, let's switch up the background, shall we? Hold on. I'm looking at PNGs right now. I'm looking at some pictures. Maybe we could do like... Hold on. I wanna switch up the background for this particular stream. Hold on. What does this look like? I'm gonna need to... Dude, I gotta clean up my freaking OBS sources. There are way too many. Okay, wait, what does this look like? Oh, of course. Ooh! I kinda like this. Wait, let's do this for today. This is nice. Ooh, what do you guys think about this? I feel like you can see chat a little easier now. Let's do this. This is the background for today. Wait a second. What is that? Is that like a carpet? Hold on. I did not look at this picture very well. What's that? I'm trying to see what this like rug thing is. I don't really know, but we're gonna roll with it. It was on Google, so like what? So yeah. But anyway, hello everybody, welcome to today's stream. Happy Monday. Happy Mages Monday, to be more specific. Hope you guys are doing great. How are we gamers today? I just mentioned like 3 times that I'm really tired, and you can probably tell. You can probably tell I'm quite tired. I literally didn't go to bed until like after 4 AM. And then I woke up at around maybe... I had to go into work at like 11 AM. So I woke up at like 12... Not 12. 10:30. So how many hours is that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Around like 5 or 6 hours of sleep. Of that. Anyway, welcome to the stream. If you couldn't understand what the title is, we are doing a question and answer stream. Woohoo! Woohoo! So funny thing is, in my Discord, which you can join the Discord if you would like by clicking that link in the pinned comment or whatever in the chat. You can click that link and join, or in the description of the stream as well. Anyway, this was back in February of this year, of 2025. I sent like a Google form out to my Discord and asked for questions for a Q&A stream or a video. I was gonna make a video, but, you know, I kind of got a little lazy, and I also forgot about the Q&A form, so I remembered it in this last, like, couple weeks because, somebody asked me if I'm still doing it, and I was like, oh shoot, yes, I completely forgot, and I was like, thanks for the reminder. Anyway, so instead of making a Q&A video, I'm just gonna do it in stream form, because it's Monday, and I need to stream today, but I was feeling, like, kind of tired, and, I didn't really know what game I wanted to play on stream, so we're just doing a Q&A instead. So, just a fun, chill, little short stream today to get through all these questions. If anyone has any current questions they would like to ask, you can go ahead and do that in the chat. But I also have a thing here in front of me of all the questions that have been asked in that Google form that filled out. So we're going to go through and answer them. And I think what I would like to do for that is also... Where is it? I'm going to put up a thingy. Sure. I'm going to put up the questions on the screen as well, so then, we can know when, we can know what question I am answering. Background. Okay, let's see how this looks. Center. What does this look like? Okay. Okay. Let's do, yeah, okay, that looks pretty decent. Let's do this. I'll move myself over here. Oh, I'll just keep myself in the middle. And then we'll have the questions on screen as well. Wait, read from file? Oh gosh, okay, I don't know how to do that, so... Okay. Question number 1. What is the fave food of mages? Question, great, absolutely fantastic question. A very good question to start off. Let's see, this was kind of hard for me to decide because, I like food, but at the same time, I feel like I'm also quite picky on what food I will actually eat. So... I really like... The first thing that kind of came to mind was, like, pretzels, but more specifically, like, soft pretzels. Especially if you dip them in, like, some like, melted cheese. Or, like, honey mustard or something. Like a nice, good mustard sauce. Because I feel like I don't have a lot of soft pretzels, but when I do, I go absolutely feral over them. So I really like soft pretzels. I do like the crunchy, like, snack pretzels as well. But I also like fried chicken. Except I okay, this is the part where I was saying I'm picky because I like boneless chicken, like boneless fried chicken, so I'm not like eating a freaking drumstick or anything like that. Like, you won't catch me doing that. That's just not my vibe, or that's just not how I like my fried chicken, okay? But I like fried chicken. So, that's my answer for that. Pretzels, soft pretzels, and fried chicken. Oh, we have a question from the chat, just barely. Favorite song? Why is the resolution on that so ugly? Favorite song? Good question. I don't know if I have an all-time, like, #1 top song of all time for me, but I would say I always feel like my go-to answer for that is Resting Power by Calliope Mori. Calliope Mori, the VTuber, she has a song called Resting Power. I really like it. I'd say maybe that's like my top answer. Next question. Thank you for asking, by the way. Next question. Whoa, that's really on my face. In Project Zomboid, have you visited Louisville? This is such a specific question, but I love it. Yes, I have gone to Louisville in Project Zomboid, but for honestly, not that long. It's funny because I have 326 hours as of right now, looking at Steam currently, and I have only been spent time in Louisville very, very, like a very small amount of time. I usually spawn in like the further cities, but I have yet to like drive up to Louisville and infiltrate it. The other times I've only been to Louisville is like having a mod with like a random spawn and it spawns me in Louisville, but it's funny because I have like 300 plus hours, but I've hardly ever been there, so. Anyway, next question! Thank you! Let's see. Next question. Whoa. These are gonna... The text is gonna be all over the place, okay? I don't really use the text feature on OBS very often, so it's gonna be a little janky. Anyway, our next question is, with all drinks considered, what is the ideal beverage of choice? So, like, flavorings, toppings, ice, no ice, alcohol, etc. Good question. A very difficult question. If I would... Let's see. I like me a good Coke Zero or Diet Coke, or if I'm not feeling like a dark soda type of way, then I like Fresca as well. So I guess you could say I like soda. Water's great too. I don't drink alcohol for several reasons, one of them being medical reasons. But I do like zero alcohol beer, which sounds kind of gross and a little counterintuitive for the purpose of beer, but I like the taste of it. I don't know. I think it's like refreshing and I like it, but that's just me. But I will say, lately, my kind of like go-to drink, or what I've been like kind of mixing up, is I'll do Coke Zero or Diet Coke. Or sometimes I do a little mix of half of both, like half Coke Zero, half Diet Coke. And I will fill up a cup, not all the way, not completely to the top. And I will top the last, like, third of the cup with cherry slushy, like cherry Slurpee. It's so freaking good. And then sometimes I'll put, like, a little bit of vanilla cream in it. Bruh. It's so good. That's been, like, my little mocktail when I go to like a gas station or something. So, that's been like my little thing recently. Anyway, next question, thank you! What is your top 5 favorite colors? Colors. I don't know, I just copied and pasted these, okay? I didn't write these. Clearly. Okay. My top 5 favorite colors. I would say this is in no particular order, okay? These are just 5 colors that I like. I like pink. I like black because black goes with everything, and I swear, like, all my clothes are black. So, sometimes it's really hard to find, like, a certain black shirt because it's just, like, in a pile with other black shirts. So I like pink, black, teal / cyan, whatever. Purple, and sometimes, like, neon green. I think, like, teal or cyan, like, paired with neon green looks kind of cool. Would I wear neon green? Probably never. But, depends, I guess. But yeah, those are my top 5 favorite colors. But I mostly like black or pink. I also like Blackpink, the K-pop group, as well. Anyway, next question, thank you! We'll do this next question. Magic staff or magic wand? Let's see. I think both are pretty cool. I guess a staff would be pretty cool if you wanted to go for like a classic mage or wizard type vibe. I feel like both have their pros and cons, but I think ultimately I would pick magic wand because it's a little smaller and a little more portable and concealable. I'm not really a Harry Potter fan, but I mean, I guess we'll just do a magic wand. Magic wand is my answer. Alright. Next question, thank you! Oh, we have another question from the chat. Let me just put that up here. What is your favorite hobby? Whoops, I spelled that wrong. Silly mages. What is your favorite hobby? Definitely video games. That's like my #1 hobby. Like, if anyone asks me, what are your hobbies? Or like, what do you like to do? My first answer is always video games. Because I feel like I don't have a lot of hobbies anyway. So, I'd say #1 is video games. And then I think maybe if it was not video games, then maybe it would be like reading or something. But yeah, that's my answer for that. So next question, thank you! I already know who asked this one. Our next question. When are you going to be playing... Goodness, I can't size this. Oh, I lost it. Oh, it's tiny now. Is that upside down? What? How did that... Hello? You know, that should be a skill. I don't know how I turn that upside down. Oh, there we go. What? It's backwards? It's not upside down, it's backwards too. Wait. What did I do? I told you guys I don't use this function very often. Hello? How did I do that? Hold on. Oh, I can Control Z. Hold on, we're good. We're chilling. I don't know how I did that. Anyway, our next question is, when are you going to be playing Terraria for the Nintendo Switch? I know who asked this. Jarek / Big Boss. I'm looking directly at you. Stop asking me this question! It's a meme at this point. It's an inside joke. Anyway. The answer is never. I already own Terraria on my computer. It's been on my computer. I've owned it for a long time. I'm never gonna purchase it or play it on the Switch. Anyway. I know exactly who asked this. Did Bizarro send in that question? I honestly don't know how I reversed it like that, but good thing Control Z works in OBS. Anyway, next question. Thank you! Our next question is, what inspired you to be a streamer? This is a good question. because it is. So, I grew up watching YouTube a lot, so if I didn't really watch a lot of TV as a kid. I mean, I watched, like, typical cartoons and stuff like that, but, I also just mostly watched YouTube. But I honestly didn't really watch a lot of streamers growing up. It was just mostly just, like, YouTube Let's Plays and stuff like that, but, once I went down the rabbit hole of HoloLive, the Japanese streaming agent, or streaming company, agency, whatever you want to call it, HoloLive, that's when I actually started watching streamers more. And it was mostly, so I've always kind of wanted to do YouTube growing up because I thought it was really fun to make silly little videos and with, like, friends or something, and like, share them with my friends and just make funny little videos. But it was mostly during 2020, the pandemic, is when I watched HoloLive streamers more. And it was kind of one of those times where, you know how 2020 was a weird time because of, not just because of the pandemic, but everyone was kind of, like, being really anxious about the whole global pandemic thing. It was very uncertain and a little scary at times. I feel like that's just how the world was. And when I was watching, like, HoloLive and stuff, that kind of distracted me a lot from all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And it was kind of like a nice distraction and, like, source of happiness, you could say. And I was like, and I kind of just wanted to do the same type of thing. So, I think that was mostly my inspiration, I was like, wow, I really like watching these, and I think it would be really cool and really fun to do the same type of thing. Like, to be that type of, like, a good distraction of, like, being funny and making someone happy and just making someone's day better. That was kind of what inspired me to want to do it. So, that's really what it kind of boils down to for what really inspired me. But, anyway, I do have, like, a more similar question later on this list that I can go a little more into that, so we'll put a pause on that and move on to our next question. But, thank you! Thank you for that. Our next question is... Oh, no. Why did that put that there? No. Is what magic powers do you have as a mage? Dude, I did it again. I flipped it. This freaking text function in OBS is jank. What magic powers do you have as a mage? I'll be real, I don't really have a lot of magical abilities, but I can play rhythm games really, really good. Like, I'm kind of cracked, as they say, at rhythm games. I'm pretty freaking good at them. That's like my hidden talent, is rhythm games. So if you want to call that a magical ability, that's what I have. But other than that, nothing else really. So, next question, thank you! Our next question is, how big is your mage hat? Wink wonk. Well, as you can see, I'm not wearing a mage hat right now, but if we're talking about IRL, I do have this, I call it my mage hat, but it's really just like the Christmas version of my mage hat. It's like this blue sequin sparkly Christmas hat that I call my Christmas mage hat. I don't know where it is though, which makes me kind of sad because, yeah. I do technically have another mage hat, but it's not my own original mage hat. If anybody knows what the anime Konosuba is, and the character Megumin, she's kind of like a mage magic user, and she has like this big old funny floppy hat. I have that. I have my own one of those. So it's not my hat, but it's Megumin's hat, which you could call that a mage hat, and I'd say that's a pretty big hat. So, yeah, that's that. So, let's move on to our next question. Thank you. This is a good one. Our next question is, gosh dang it, I keep putting a freaking space after that. Okay, our next question is, of all the Call of Duty games, what is your favorite? So we're talking like based on gameplay, stories, characters, vibes, etc. Oh boy. I feel like my answer for this is a little confusing, but let's just say I really like OG Black Ops 1 from like what was that, 2010? OG Black Ops 1 is definitely a favorite of mine because the campaign was the campaign and story were really good. I felt like it was like really nitty-gritty type campaign. It's kind of like dark and like mysterious. It's also my favorite version of Call of Duty Zombies. I also grew up I played Black Ops 1 a lot when I was younger. So that also earns some points for me for being one of my favorite Call of Duties, because I would play like the multiplayer with friends, and I would play zombies with like my friends and my sister, and it was just a whole vibe, you know? I also do like the original Modern Warfare trilogy. I played a lot of Modern Warfare 3, but I would also play Modern Warfare 2 with like my friends growing up. I remember we would be in the basement of one of my friend's house, and we would boot up OG Modern Warfare 2 and just we would just play on Rust and just kill each other for fun. That was a vibe. However, I would also say the new version of Modern Warfare / the reboot, so the new version of Modern Warfare that came out in 2019, as well as Modern Warfare 2, the new one that came out in 2022. I thought those were great, okay? Like, the story was good, it was like, a little close. I feel like it was kind of close to the original storyline, but, like, it also just fit. I thought the story was good, the characters, great, fantastic. I really liked the gameplay, like, the guns felt really good. Like, shooting them, handling them, the gunplay was good. The graphics were also very good. We're not gonna talk about the new Modern Warfare 3, the one that came out in, what, 2023? I don't freaking know. That one was trash, okay? Garbo. But, yeah. I really like the new Modern Warfare 2019 and 2022 ones. I thought those were great. Like, I can't get enough of those games. I replayed the campaigns, both campaigns in realism mode, and holy crap, you can get, like, so immersed in that game, and it's just awesome. Anyway, that's my answer for that. Sorry, it was kind of long and confusing. But let's move on to our next question. Thank you. This is an interesting one. What is your top 5... Again, I didn't write this, so if the grammar is a little weird, don't blame me, blame yourselves. What is your top 5 cool-looking country flags? I had to Google all the country flags and sit and look at them, but I think what I boiled it down to was, definitely Nepal is up there because it's literally different from every single other flag in terms of, like, shape, and you gotta think, that's pretty cool, man. You gotta be, like, the odd one out, and that's Nepal. Nepal flag's pretty cool. Next one I'm gonna say is Germany, but I'm a little biased because I'm half German. I'm second generation American. My father is full German, and so are my grandparents, who immigrated from Germany years and years ago. So I'm a little biased, so I gotta say Germany. German flag is pretty cool. This might be a little bit of an odd choice, but my next one would be the United Kingdom, the UK flag. I don't know, I feel like it's iconic. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool looking. It's got like a cool little design. Again, I feel like that's a odd choice. My next one is gonna have to be South Korea's flag. Looks pretty cool. It's got like a circle and some little lines. You could literally say that about any flag. It's got some lines. Yeah. I don't know. It's tough picking just 5 cool looking flags. I also put Greece on here. I don't know. I think the colors are cool. It's like stripey and stuff. I don't know. I think like that light blue kind of color is a nice color in the flag, so you know, seeing that waving around in the wind would be kind of cool. This is so funny. It's such a funny question. Okay. That's my answer for that. So, next question. Thank you. Okay. Our next question is, this is a fun one. If you could pick a year you would like to stay in a loop in forever, what year would you want to be stuck in? Ooh, this was a little hard for me to pick between 2018 and 2019. So part of me wants to pick 2018 because I feel like that was just a fun year. I went to a lot of conventions that year, and including Anime Expo in California, and I got to see a Japanese idol group that I really, really like. I got to see them perform live there, which was like kind of a big deal because I feel like a lot of Japanese idol groups don't ever come to the United States, and if they do, then it's like I can almost never go because they only go to like some pretty major cities and stuff like that. But they were performing at Anime Expo that year, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is my chance. This is my chance. So I went and saw them. If you're curious on who the idol group was, it's Aqua. They're part of Love Live. So Aqua from Love Live. I saw them live. So I was debating 2018 for my answer on that, but I honestly think my final answer would be 2019, because that was the year I went to Japan and lived there for a bit, which was like one of the coolest things I have ever done, and I wish I could relive that experience again because it was awesome. Crazy and fun and awesome and cool and everything, all of the above. And I want to go back really bad because it's been so long. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to say 2019. That was a good year. And I was in Japan. So I would like to relive that again. So that's my answer for that. Anyway, next question. Thank you. Our next question is, how would you solve the trolley problem? Also the one with the bridge. What's the bridge one? Hold on. Bridge problem. Answer to the... Wait, which one is the... Hold on. Someone remind me what the bridge problem was again. I know what the trolley problem is. The trolley problem is the one where there's a train, car, or a trolley on a track, and it's gonna split into 2 tracks, 2 different paths, and on one path is 5 people tied up and stuck on the track, and the other path is only one singular person stuck on the track, and you have to pick which which, you have the controls for this trolley, and you have to pick which track it's gonna go. So are you gonna kill 5 people, or are you gonna kill 1 person? That's the trolley problem. So, obviously, the morally correct answer would obviously just to have the trolley run over 1 person as opposed to 5 people. But, asterisk, but if we're talking about the version of the trolley problem where it's people that you personally know stuck on the track, then that's a completely different story. So that's like, oh, on the 5 people stuck on the track, that's like your family members, your best friends, something like that. And then the 1 person would be like, in my case, my huband, my hubsand, my husband. So I would have to pick, do I kill my huband, or do I kill, like, 5 family members or 5 friends? And honestly, you know what, I don't know what I would do. And, you know, if we're just going with the base trolley problem answer, I'm gonna have to go with have the trolley run over the 1 person and keep the 5 other people alive. So, that is my answer for that. Specifically, if you choose to act, you hit 1 person, but if you choose not to, you hit 5. Yeah, that's the trolley problem. But I think morally, I would pick have it run over the 1 person instead of 5 people, because I guess less guilt. Anyway, our next question, thank you. Also, thank you for the question. Our next question is actually coming from the chat. Where are you from? Great question. Basic, simple, but it's good. Where am I from? I'm from the United States, specifically the western part of the United States. United States of America, even though I hate being an American right now. We won't get into the reasons why, but I think everybody can kind of get a guess, have a big old fat guess on why that is. Anyway, but yeah, I'm from the western part of the United States. I'm not gonna say which state I live in, because I just don't want to share that. But I'm from the western part of the United States. Okay, when I say that, it makes me sound like I'm like, I have a country accent. I don't. I'll just say a state that is next to mine is Nevada. I could drive to Nevada if I wanted to. Anyway, it's kind of random. But yeah, I'm from the western part of the United States. Thank you for the question. Let's move on to our next question. Thank you. Our next question is, do you or have you played D&D? If so, what class and race? If not, which class do you consider yourself? This is a good question. Unfortunately, it's been a really long time. It's been quite a long time since I last played, like, in an actual D&D campaign. And that's also funny because I do own Baldur's Gate 3, which is basically like D&D the video game, but I haven't played it yet. It's on my backlog. I really need to play it. I'm from India. Can I ask one question in Indian? People saying, yeah, sure. Ask another question if you'd like. Also, from India, that's pretty cool. All the way over there, that's pretty cool. Thank you for being here. Anyway, yeah, I haven't played D&D in a while, but when I used to play more, I would always pick Rogue. I would always pick the Rogue class. And I feel like I was kind of boring because I wanted to try like other races in the game, but I feel like I always just kind of defaulted to human because I was a little boring like that. But yeah, the Rogue class just always stuck out to me because it's like, ooh, you're like the stealthy thief ninja type, you know. So that playstyle always appealed to me, and I feel like you could come up with some pretty cool backstories and stuff for your character as like a rogue, for their class. So that's what I did. I think I did have a character that was like a barbarian or something, or like they're just like they're like a kind of like a basic fighter with a sword. That character was fun, but I feel like I always did like the rogue, sneaky stealth characters because I think that just kind of fits what I like, and that's kind of like how I want to play D&D. So that's what I would pick all the time. I feel like if I started playing D&D again more, I would do that same thing. I would pick rogue. I don't know, I think it's cool, I think it's fun. This is what I like. But anyway, next question! Thank you! Our next question is, can you show us the whole avatar of the Mage's VTuber? Yes, absolutely. I will say, my legs are a little cut off, but that's not my fault, that's the model's fault. Hold on. This is not all of me, hold on. I gotta fix... shortcut is it? Oh, that's not all of me, is it? Hold on. No, it's not. Hold on. What if I... Oh, shoot. Oh, you're not supposed to see that. Okay. Oh, yep. Okay. My head's a little cut off, but... Wow, look! I don't have legs, guys! Ah! My leg! Here I am. That's... You can see my hands at least. You guys don't really get to see my hands very often. Here I am in all of my 2D glory. Hi guys! Hi! This is all of me. My legs are missing. Nah, I'm not missing my legs. I'm just wearing camouflage. The rest of my socks are camouflage. But anyway, this is all of me. Wow. Get a good look. Take your pics now. Take your screenshots now. Anyway. That's me. Oh, we have another question from the chat. Hold on. Let me type it out here. Our next question, thank you, from the chat is, what has an eye but cannot see? I don't know, a storm? Like, you know, the center of a storm or like a hurricane is called the eye of the storm. That's my answer. Let me know if that's correct or not. Is it the eye of a storm? I don't know. That's the first thing I can think of. It's a puzzle. Yes. While we wait for the actual answer in the chat, let's move on to our next question. Thank you. Thank you for the question. Our next question is... I almost did it again. Are you planning to do streaming? Okay, you know, hold on, let me... Here, I'll do it like this. There we go. Are you planning to do streaming full-time, or is it just for a side thing in your life? Great question. So, obviously I think I would like to get to a point eventually where I could do streaming and YouTube full-time, like, almost like a job. But currently, I can't really do that. There have been times where I have wanted to just, like, drop everything and try and full send it. But I'm not really in a position where I can do that. And even if I did do that, it just wouldn't be a really good idea for me to do that right now. But I really do like doing it. I feel like it is... you know, there's a possibility I could regret saying this way, way down the line, but I think it would actually be a job I would like to do, like enjoy doing. But you know, sometimes they say that making like your hobby your job just ruins the hobby for you, which is completely true, which can be completely true in some cases. But I feel like if you just don't, like, try not to burn yourself out or pace yourself, then it's manageable. But I feel like if I were to do YouTube and streaming full time, I feel like I would put more effort into what I do and like kind of get more motivation in a way. Because there are some times where I feel like I just don't put a lot of effort into things, like in general, but also into like the channel. But then other times I feel like I'm fine with how things are going, so it's really like an on and off sort of thing. Hello, Fish Being! Did I miss the trolley problem? Wait, this is anonymous. I mean, it can be anonymous, but if you want to know which question was yours, that's totally fine. Also, yes, I did answer the trolley problem. It was actually not too long ago. So, yeah. I would say I would eventually like to get to the point where I would do streaming in YouTube full-time, but as of right now, it is kind of like a side thing. It's definitely just like a hobby in my spare times type of thing. But anyway, thank you for that question. Let's move on to our next one. Also, our Indian friend says my answer to what has an eye but cannot see question was wrong. So it is not the eye of a storm. I almost flipped it upside down again. Needle is the right answer? Oh, yeah. You could say, yeah, the little loopy hole for a needle is called an eye. That is true. Alright, our next question is, are you ever going to make a public Mages music playlist for your fave songs? Yes, this is something I would like to do eventually at some point. Unless somebody really kept bugging me about it, I would actually sit down and put it together, but now I'm kind of lazy and I forget about it. But I think doing either like a public YouTube or Spotify playlist of songs that I actually listen to would be fun to share with you guys. Or maybe like a playlist of BGM that I use, background music. So yes, this is something I would like to do. I just need to actually take time to sit down and compile it and stuff like that. So, yes, eventually, I don't know when, but, you know, hopefully now that I'm reading this question, I can remember to do it. So, anyway, next question. Thank you. Gosh dang it, I keep putting that space. What is your go-to cringy or underrated movie you'd want others to experience? Trying to get the whole thing here. Sorry, again, this text feature on OBS is kind of janky for me, and I didn't really figure out a better way to do it until right before the stream, so I wanted to display the questions somehow, so we wouldn't all be lost here. Anyway, this is a good question, but also kind of difficult for me to answer because I don't really watch a lot of movies. If anyone knows me, they know that I am not cultured on like movies. I'm not cultured on movies at all, or like that's funny because like Who Band will talk to me about like a movie or like an actor that was in a movie, and he'll say their name, and I would be like, who is that? And he'll have to either, like, say the movie they were in or, like, show me a picture because I won't know. So, I'm terrible at watching movies. I never watch them. But, I don't know why, but what comes to mind is This is like a cheesy comedy movie from like I think 2005 or 6 or something. It's called House Bunny. I don't know why this always pops up in my answers of like, what's a haha funny, kind of cringe, kind of cheesy, kind of funny movie. I don't know why, but House Bunny is always my answer. I don't know why, but I guess it just really stuck out to me when I first watched it when I was younger. It's got some funny jokes in it. It's a silly little film, so that would be my answer for that. Hey, next question. Thank you. Okay, this one kind of confused me. Can you explain what that maid outfit thingy? Okay, like, first of all, ignore the grammar. I did not write this. I just copied and pasted these, okay? I don't remember what the context of this is. I want to say it's either someone asking why it looks like my outfit looks like a maid outfit, or I want to say it's about the time a viewer asked if they could see if I could someday take a picture and send a picture of my husband, my husband wearing a maid outfit. I think somebody asked if I could have my husband wear a maid outfit and I send a picture of it in the Discord or something. I'm pretty sure that's what the context of this one was. Again, I'm a little late to this Q&A. All of these questions were submitted to me in like February of this year, so that was quite the months ago. But I think that's what that was at the time. But anyway, next question. Thank you. Our next question is, how was your school/higher education life like? This is a fun question. Okay, I think, let's see. Let's say, I feel like my high school years were relatively normal. The high school I attended at the time was, brand new. When I started my, sophomore year. So, I'm actually the first graduating class of that brand new high school. Because I was gonna go to a different high school, but, right when I was leaving junior high and was becoming a sophomore. Okay, I feel like I need to explain something really quick. So, I feel like majority of people know that, at least in the United States, is high school consists of freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. So that would be grades 9, 10, 11, and 12. How it was where I lived was junior high was 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. So I was technically a freshman while still being in my junior high school. And when I was a sophomore is when this new high school was finished being built. And so I did my last 3 years of high school at this school. Which I feel like that whole thing was like completely normal to me, but I forget that's not really how it is everywhere. I believe when I was a junior or a sophomore, or a senior, I mean, they shifted the 9th graders from the junior high to attend the actual high school and not still be in at the junior high school. I think that was my senior year. I don't remember. That was a while ago. So yeah, the high school I went to at the time was like brand new, so that was really cool because my junior high and my elementary school were old and they were really small, so it was pretty cool to be in like this big new high school. It had like two stories, and it was kind of cool. But other than that, my high school life or whatever was like average, like the typical high school life. I feel like I was an average student, although I really sucked at math. I was terrible at math. But like, you know, there was the typical high school drama between friends and blah blah blah. Nothing really out of the ordinary. It was pretty basic. I honestly don't really remember a lot of my high school years because let's just say there may have been some drama that I just completely blocked out of my memory and forget. But looking back at it, it was really stupid drama, but you know, that's just how high school was. Anyway, but after high school, after I graduated, I took like a gap year. I took like a year of just like doing nothing. I just worked and I didn't do school, and it was great because I didn't have to. I remember I was like, I'm not in high school anymore. I don't have to wake up early and go to school for like 7 hours or whatever the freak. So, who's DMing me? Oh, the bridge one. Fishbing, I just saw your DM. I'll get to that in a second. But so yeah, after high school, I did like a gap year, and I didn't do school. I just worked. I actually worked 2 jobs in high school. Do not recommend. I don't recommend that. It's terrible. The only good thing out of it was like some decent money, like spending money for myself at the time, because I was just felt bad like asking my parents for like money or to like pay for something. So I liked having my own spending money. And I guess it did kind of teach me time management and how to manage my time, but it was awful because there was like obviously no time to do schoolwork because I would just be working. I would literally be done with school and like 30 minutes to an hour after school I would have to go to work. It was awful. I don't recommend having 2 jobs in high school, but one is fine. Part-time for sure. Anyway, so after a year after graduating, I did like a little bit of school online. But it was just for a certification, so it was kind of quick. It wasn't like a whole like semester or anything of like college or anything like that. It was just like a quick online, like 6 weeks of an online certification for software quality assurance. So I am certified in software quality assurance. I know how to do that. I'm qualified for that. Has that certificate really done much for me? No, not really, but I can at least say that I'm certified in it and I have credentials for it. So, that was really tough, but it was also fun because I was learning a bunch of new things and I was learning how to code and all that jazz. So that's kind of that's kind of how my school life was and how education was. I was never really interested in doing college, like going to college for like 2 years, 4 years, blah blah blah, because I didn't know what I wanted to do, school-wise or like profession career-wise. I still don't. So my mindset was, I don't want to waste time and money going to college if I don't know what I want to do or what I want to spend that time and effort on. So, which is completely fine. It's completely valid. So don't feel like you're the only one who thinks that, because that's not true. So, that's kind of my mindset with it. I have thought about getting like more certifications and stuff like that, or doing like some small things. But yeah, that's kind of how it was. That's kind of how my schooling was. So, I feel like that adequately answered that. So, next question! Thank you! Our next question is, can you say this in Japanese? And I assumed it was this question. So can I say, can you say this in Japanese? And the answer is yes. How to say that would be, この日本語で言えますか? That is how you say, can you say this in Japanese? In Japanese. この日本語で iemasu ka? So, yes. There you go. There's the answer to that question. You're welcome. And yes, for anyone wondering, I can speak a little Japanese. I literally lived there, and I took classes, so. Am I really rusty? Yes. Anyway, our next question! Thank you! This next question is... Best questions, yes. I love talking about the Japanese language and all of that, so. Our next question is, I've noticed in your videos you do a lot of impressions. Yes, I do. What are some of your best ones you can do? The jokes the viewers make, like, can you say this? Yeah. I think Kitty is in your spot. Sorry, the Who Band came home and he's wondering where the kitty is. Was she in your spot still? Oh. She was in your spot earlier. I got a 0 out of 3 today. I was off around like 2:30. Yeah, it was supposed to be 2, but then I got busy and I was like, I'm not gonna leave. What's her face? Cute kitty. And it goes to the right. Anyway. I'm streaming if you couldn't tell. Sorry, the Who Band came home from work. Anyway, so, what are some of the best ones you can do impressions? Oddly enough, I don't know why, but I personally feel like I can do Lifeline from Apex Legends really good. I feel like it's really accurate. I don't know why, but I feel like I've always just done it pretty decent. Like, if you compare her to me, I feel like it's pretty spot on. Like, Lifeline from Apex Legends. B2020 here. Care package over there. Next one out in a boom boom. I don't know. I don't know why. Anyway, I feel like that's a pretty top one. That I can always think of. Maybe like Ash Ketchum. Like, I'm Ash from Palatown. I gotta catch them all. I'm sorry. Or like maybe like Diva. I don't know. Her like Korean accent is a little tricky sometimes. But I feel like it depends on the character or the type of voice, like accents. So like British, Australian, maybe even like a Valley Girl accent. I can do like a Valley Girl really well. It's kind of scary how well, and it just... Susie, hold on. Switch the mic. Can you guys hear Susie? Susie! Would you like to say something
Susie.
to the viewers? That was Susie, everybody. That was my cat. I hope you guys heard those meows. Look that. That was Susie, my cat, everybody. Saying hello. Anyway, what I was saying about Valley Girls was, it just absolutely blows my mind that people legitimately talk like that and they don't see it, they don't have any issue with it, or they just don't see how they talk. I'm like, do you really talk like that? Yes, they do. At my job, I have had plenty of people come through, plenty of ladies come through and they talk like that and it bugs. They talk like this, they're like, yeah, can I just get, like, a large, like, Diet Coke? Oh, it just... How do you talk like that? How do you legitimately talk like that every day of your life? I cannot take that seriously. Anyway, yeah, I think doing impressions is fun, and maybe another little hidden skill or talent of mine. Anyway, our next question. Thank you. This one's an interesting one. And again, these questions are from February, so I gotta remember. Our next question is, can you guess who this person is that is asking this question? If I'm gonna have to guess, I'm gonna either guess it was Fishbeing asking this question, our other viewer Mizrap, or our other viewer Isaac. But we might never ever know. Anyway, next question. Thank you. This one is kind of tough. Our next question is, that was not me. Okay, Fish being confirmed. That was not him. It might be like Mizrap or something. I don't know. He's not here to confirm or deny. But our next question is, what is your most stupidest / embarrassing moment in your life? This is kind of hard for me to answer because I can never think of anything specific, especially right now. Even when I was reviewing these questions like over an hour ago and trying to come up with some answers for them. Oh, this one's hard. I'm really trying to think if anything has happened even recently. Oh, dang, that's a big mat. Just you better freaking use it. Keep that little on that mat. Anyway. Embarrassing or stupid. I don't know, I've done plenty of stupid things on stream. I think, ooh, you know what? Let's talk about how when I was playing Balatro, recently, like the last stream or so, and I had 2 legendary jokers in my hand, and I was not paying attention and not reading correctly, and I got rid of them. So. That was a little stupid of me. It was a little stupid dumb mages moment. As for embarrassing, I don't know, man. I feel like okay, something just barely came to mind. Oh, I don't want to think about this. I don't want to think about this. This was actually kind of recent, and by kind of recent, I mean in the last month. So, at my current part-time job, what I do is I work at a soda shop, okay? So I make sodas, like different flavored sodas for people who drive up and come in. It's really boring, and I kind of hate it because, I'm such like a basic ass freaking minimum wage high school job, and I'm an adult doing it, but at the same time the job market's terrible. That's the only thing I can find. Anyway, that's not what this is about. So, I'm working, thankfully by myself at this point in my shift. So I'm working, and this car pulls up to the window, the drive-thru window, and I open up the window, and I got really surprised because, I kid you not, this dude, this is a random guy by the way, this guy who pulled up looked exactly like my friend Jarek, or Big Boss, that you guys know him by. You guys know who it is. He's played games with us on stream and in videos before. This guy looked exactly like my friend, okay? And I thought it was him. Which, it really threw me off because the car that he was driving was not a car that Jarek owns. So I thought it was him. And I literally, this is so embarrassing. So I started out with like my usual script when talking to customers. I was like, oh, how are you? And I kid you not, in like the most surprised thing, I was like, what the? Like, I kind of said it a little loud, and I was really surprised. Because I thought it was my friend! It looked exactly like him. He was wearing, like, sunglasses that Jarek would wear, too. And he had, like, a beard and, like, the same type of hair. And, like, the same build. And so I said that. I was like, hi. I was like, what the? And then he was like, what? I was like, oh my gosh, I had to like sit there and stare at him for a second, and then I realized that he had a tattoo on his forearm. I was like, oh my gosh, wait, Jarek does not have a tattoo. This is not my friend. This is not my friend. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just thought you were a friend of mine. I was like, I'm sorry. And then I just like continued on like that did not just happen, and I just did not have like a little surprised outburst, and oh my gosh, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Like, after he left, I was like, I hope I never see that man ever again. It was terrible.
This guy was.
No, it was just some random dude. But I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, that was embarrassing, because I just went like, what the? Like, really loud. Anyway, so, yeah. That's an embarrassing thing I can think of that happened recently. I thought I had blocked that off from my memory, but dang it, I just got reminded. Anyway, let's move on to our next question. Thank you. It's funny I tell that story because I didn't even like tell Jarek about it, and I should have, because I should have been like, I just saw somebody I thought was you, but it wasn't. Anyway, our next question is, what is your goal on YouTube? This kind of ties in to our earlier question of the day, which was, if I wanted to do streaming full-time or whatever, or like what inspired me. So, what is my goal on YouTube? A great question. So I would like to grow the channel, you know, like, more subscribers, more videos, doing, like, streaming more, maybe even making more videos. At the same time, I feel like I'm also not, like, super crazy to try and, like, appeal the algorithm or make content on whatever is trending or popular. I just feel like that's never how I did things, and I feel like that's still the same way. Because I feel like part of how you kind of get big on YouTube is you gotta appeal to the algorithm, you gotta do things a certain way, blah blah blah, and I'm like, I just don't want to do it like that, because I don't want to have to worry about that. I just want to make silly, funny things and put it on the internet, and hopefully it entertains somebody, if not my friends who watch the same content. So I think growing the channel would be pretty cool, because obviously if I want to do this as a job, I have to grow the channel, like, subscriber-wise, view-wise, to start earning, like, money out of it, because that's just how that works. That is not my one and only motivation for doing it, though. It's not just about that, but it's because this is what I actually like to do. I like making silly, funny streams or videos and putting it on here to share. What?
Success.
Success! Yes. Because sometimes certain streams or games are just so hit or miss on YouTube, and again, that goes back to the whole appealing to the algorithm thing. But it's also kind of hard for me to imagine this channel, like, getting super big with, like, tons of subscribers or stuff like that. Because, I don't know, it's just hard to imagine something like that when you've never experienced it yourself, or, like, you know, having never done that, so it's just hard to think of it ever getting to that point, but it would be really cool if it did. I would like for it to get to that point. Does that mean I want to be, like, famous? No, not necessarily. In fact, sometimes the idea of that kind of scares me, because, I'm super introverted and stuff, so, like, the thought of, oh my gosh, what if somebody, like, recognizes me in public and starts, like, wanting to talk to me, or, like, I get, like, someone stalking me? That's scary, okay? Because you hear about, like, streamers and stuff dealing with, like, crazy fans and whatnot. I'm like, that's scary. So, obviously, that's what happens when you kind of become, like, quote-unquote famous. So it's hard to imagine that happening, but it could. I don't know. But it could. It'd be kind of cool, but, like, kind of not. But anyway, so I guess that's kind of my goal. I don't know. Keep making stuff. I don't yeah. Anyway, our next question, thank you, is, this was kind of asked earlier, but I can go a little more in depth. Our next question is, what other hobbies do you have besides video games? It's kind of funny because I feel like I don't really have. I don't know, I feel like when you think of like having a hobby, it's something that you are really passionate about most of the time, or you do like every single day, which obviously is video games for me. Like, that's like the #1 thing I do. That is like all I do. It's just video games. I do like to read. I feel like I just don't do it that often. Or I don't know, I wouldn't say that's like a main hobby of mine, but I like doing it, so I guess that's considered a hobby though. I also do like to write. I feel like I'm not that great at writing, but I like to do it, and it's like, it's so funny because I like writing, and I want like to share my writing, but I also get so like embarrassed about it. I get so shy. I get so shy and embarrassed. I'm like, oh, I want someone to read this and like give me some constructive criticism and feedback, but I'm also like shy, and I feel like my writing is embarrassing and cringe, so it's so hard for me to like actually want to share it with people. And if I do, it's just like friends, but friends I know who also write or won't judge me. We'll say that. I also feel like viewers enjoy it when someone tries to grow a bit, like the plot, how to help. Yeah, and you know what's really cool is when like you start off with like thinking about when you first started making stuff, and like those viewers or fans who have been around since the beginning, and they're still there like along with you as you are growing and whatever. I think that's freaking wild. That's crazy to me. Which is some of you guys right now. Thank you guys. Boggles my mind that people actually want to consume this content and sit down and watch it, but anyway. But yeah, I like to read and I like to write. I would say I like to write more than I read, but at the same time I feel like I do both equally and like both equally. If you consider me making videos and editing and stuff, that's also a hobby of mine. There are some other hobbies I've wanted to try getting into, like crocheting. I don't know, I feel like it's like such a cozy little hobby that I feel like I would like to try, but I've never actually committed to it. But I feel like it's something I would want to try. I don't know, like crocheting. I think it's, and like all the little cute little things you can crochet, like I want to try doing that at some point. I also wish I could like draw and stuff. I like the idea of wanting to do art and draw, but I don't know how to do it very well, and so I've just like never tried doing it more or trying to improve. So yeah, but I'd say outside of video games, maybe video editing and like recording, or like I guess you could say filming too, because I actually started my filming job in a couple months or so. I do film. I do technically do professional filming. So I like doing that because it's just me and a camera, and I don't have to talk to anybody, and I don't have to do anything else. Oh! There goes my butterfly knife that I've been messing around with. If you hear a bunch of clinking, that's what that is. It's not really a knife, it's more like a comb that is a butterfly knife. Anyway, our next question, which is actually going to be our final question, unless anybody has any more in the chat, any last minute. Our last and final question, which is, I saved it for the end because it's kind of a funny meme one. Our last question is the Q&A out yet? Yes, It finally is. It's here! It's here! I've done it now! It's been how many months? February? Almost 3 months? Oh wait, no, it's been 4 months. 4 months? 3, 4 months? I don't know. Is the Q&A out yet? Yes! It's finally here. I thought it might just be easier to do it in stream form. I wanted to do it as a video, but I also didn't want to think about recording and editing that, so. Hello, Susie, my kitty. 4 months so long at internet time. Oh yeah, no. Because I thought I would, see, I didn't do it sooner because I wanted there to be plenty of time for people to submit questions and stuff, but then I kind of just forgot about it. So, but here we are, it's here, it's finally here. Yay, yeehaw. But yeah, that was our last and final question. So, like 100 years. Yeah, 4 months is like 100 years in internet terms. I don't know, so much goes on the internet every single day that like something that was around for 24 hours and is now old news after like a day. Anyway, that was our last question for today. I honestly thought we would go through these questions a lot sooner, or faster, I mean. Because when I look at it, this is what, like, how many questions? Hold on. I gotta count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Only 27 questions. Which doesn't sound like a lot. And I thought this would go by a little quicker, but at the same time, we know how I like to yap when it comes to certain topics. I'm a yapper. Is that what YouTubers and streamers are? Just professional yappers? I guess if you mostly do, like, just talking streams, then yes, you would be considered a professional yapper. Imagine putting that, like, on your resume or something. Be like, oh, so what experience do you have? Ah, yes, I am a professional yapper. I've been doing it for 6 years now. I keep smacking my knuckles with this comb and this butterfly comb, and it does not feel good. Anyway, trying to think if there's anything else that I can answer for you today. We went through all the questions. We had a couple questions asked in chat. But other than this Q&A stream, hello mages, sorry I'm late. Oh, that's okay. You know, oh man, I feel like the timing is so poor on this because we just finished the Q&A. If you did ask any question, I feel like I can't remember. The questions were asked in or the questions submitted to the Google form were technically anonymous, but I feel like you may have asked some questions in that Google form that I have answered today. Like the town crier dude who screams in the middle of the medieval square. Professional yappers. Yeah! You could say like a jester is like a professional clown. Even though being a professional clown is technically a thing. As weird as that sounds. It's like those people you hire to dress up as like Spider-Man and come to a birthday party, you know? I did give you one, I believe. Yeah, I think you might have been somebody who asked some of these questions, but I just finished them. I just finished all 27 of the questions. So, I don't know what else we can do right now, because that's all I really had planned today. I mentioned this earlier, but I couldn't really think of what I wanted to do today on stream, like, gaming-wise. So, that's when I decided to finally answer the Q&A questions. Because it would just be easier if I did it on a stream, all in one stream, as opposed to try and edit a whole video about it. So, anybody have any last minute questions before we maybe end it here for today? I think an hour and a half is pretty decent for a Q&A stream, at least. If I made a video, and then it would not be an hour and a half, though. It would obviously be edited. Oh, we have a question. A question from Isaac. Let me put it up here on the screen. Oh, I kind of typed it wrong. What are your thoughts on AI? What are your thoughts on AI? Ooh, I feel like this is, well, AI as a whole is a little controversial right now. I feel like it depends on what the AI is being used for. Obviously, things like AI art or like AI content, I think is really not good and tasteless, because there are people who make content or art and it takes them hours and lots of effort and skill and creativity to do. And the fact that we just have something like AI that's almost replacing people's jobs or things like that is really upsetting. Rightfully so. AI art is garbage. It doesn't even look good half the time. More than half the time. I dislike the slob made from AI. Yeah, exactly. Like, I know people who draw and stuff, and they hate AI art, and rightfully so. When I see AI thumbnail, I do not trust they did any research. Yeah, that too. Yeah, that's what I'm more talking about, but I love the funny videos and stuff on the internet. Yeah, see, that's the other thing, is sometimes you'll run into those, like, really cursed AI videos that are sometimes, like, actually kind of funny, but they, like, kind of acknowledge that, hey, this is really dumb, let's tell the AI to do something stupid and have it and see what it does, and haha funny, laugh at it. Like, sometimes there's stuff like that where I'm like, okay, yeah, that's, you know what, if people want to do that, then it's fine. But, I mean, I guess you also have to consider how the whole, like, economics of AI, and, like, every time you tell it to do something, it, like, is using a bunch of energy or power, electricity and whatnot, and I don't know, okay? It's this whole AI thing is so complex and controversial. It's really hard to to really justify some of the things that it does. AI used for like sifting through job applications, garbage, trash. Get that shit out of here. That's literally the worst thing ever. If you, as a company, cannot have a pair of human eyes reading through applications and are using an AI to, like, watch for keywords and just, like, absolutely kick an application out of something because your stupid freaking AI does it, then F you. Because that's freaking stupid. If you cannot have somebody who is reliably looking through these applications and picking people and not having a stupid AI do it, then you are the problem. Anyway, that's my little hot take on that. Clearly they don't want to do any effort or real work to actually find candidates or applicants. So they make a stupid AI do it. Anyway, so yeah. Can AI be used for good? Yes. Can AI also be used for bad? Yes. There's two sides of the same coin, okay? Propaganda is going to be a problem. It's already is as well, but you could tell if you look closely enough. Yeah. Yes. Can good things come out of AI? Yes. Can many bad, tasteless things come out of AI? Yes. Just been clicking really fast on the emojis. I know I'm looking at them. I'm like, whoa. I don't know. I guess those are my thoughts on AI. It also feels like the diet version of the future. Yeah. Also, I feel like some people are just using AI for things that they don't need to use AI with. Or it's like, why are we not using our brains? And why are we as people not using our own brains to come up with a solution or come up with something, and why are we asking an AI to do it for us? Like, that's kind of lazy. I was hoping for Skynet, not AI GF. Oh no, not Skynet! Just cringe AI GF. No, not Skynet. Don't start with that fish being... No, Skynet not good. Skynet bad. Oh yeah, I guess you also have to consider that if, like, AI robots were a thing, then what if their AI goes wrong and they become hostile and we have the whole Terminator situation? Or, like, iRobot situation. I mean, the movies made it look cool. Okay. Cool concept, but cool actually? Probably horrifying. Humans versus machine space stuff. Okay, yeah. Like, I guess the concept and idea of, like, of sentient, not like fully sentient, but like a robot with such complex and intricate AI that allows it to perfectly replicate a human does sound kind of cool conceptually. But I feel like if that was a real thing, I feel like if anything, I would be so creeped out. Evil GF AI is the genocide of the incels, LOL! But we get a bunch of reach people doing nada. Yeah. Yeah. See, if there was like a robot that had such good AI that it was literally like it was a human being, that would be so scary to me. Cause I would just, if I was like talking to it the whole entire time, I would not be able to focus on anything other than this is a robot and not a human being, but why is it acting so good as a human being? That's kind of scary. Also, that feels like we're bleeding into Uncanny Valley with like how AI tries to replicate what people can do, but like it just looks slightly wrong or like off and different. I'm like, that's kind of scary. And with Skynet, I was just joking a bit. I thought we'd be doing cool stuff like exploring what it means to be human. Oh, Detroit become human IRL. Like, would it be a mirror of to ourselves? Yeah, I don't know. This conversation has gotten so interesting. Like an AI that knows it's AI and but it's trying to replicate being a human, but it knows that it's not actually human and it's AI. And anyway, we're getting into some uncharted territory. But now we got the die version of AI. See, it's funny because when I think of like good AI, the only thing I can think of is like video games. I don't know, like like a video game having actually good AI. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we still need to get to a point where there is a video game that has like such good freaking AI where it makes the game actually good, like realistic and immersive in the way that the AI reacts or behaves in the game. I bring the content to both your channels, just milking me for ideas. Don't take that out of context. I know what you mean. I don't know, I feel like AI, we like have decent AI in video games, but at the same time, I feel like it just has no common sense still. You know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, what a thought-provoking question. Thank you, Isaac. That was a fun little conversation we all just had. I am really becoming a professional yapper. Let's put the AI in the Matrix. Oh jeez. And let it think they are human. Oh man. So they get our ethics. And suffer like us. I was about to say, I'm like, sometimes the ethics of humans are not good. We lost fish being— what? No! He's still here! It did that already. The only— okay, this is funny because I just finished watching the Devil May Cry anime. It was really good, by the way. I recommend. A character mentioned, so I'll try not to be spoilery, but there is a character in the show that we thought was a demon, but was actually human the whole time. And a character pointed out, they're like, oh, you know what, that makes a lot of sense that you weren't a demon, because only a human could act on such absolutely evil and violent impulses that a demon just, like, wouldn't do, or something like that. I don't know. We were supposed to fight the dark side, not join them. The, like, I don't know, it was like, the character said something along the lines of that, where it's like, only a human being can have such deep-rooted hatred and evil to, like, replicate it. Perfect, like, I don't know, it was something like that. I'm like, dang, you're not wrong, though. I don't know, I just watched a lot of true crime, and, like, the like, absolute lengths people go through, or, like, the absolute just evil things that people do, I'm like, it is scary how human beings work like that. And they walk among us. Brrr. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on, wait, let me say that again. Hold on. I said, and they walk among us. Dang, I was kind of hoping for the bass boosted version. Hold on. I mean, and they walk among us. I got an ad. That's really awkward. What I was trying to say is they walk among us. I'm sorry. Anyway. Red is sus, yeah. True crime, I used to love watching that. The human brain thought it was a butterfly. What? There are times where I have to take a break. I have to take a break between consuming, like, true crime stuff or something, because sometimes I will end up on a rabbit hole of— do I talk about this? I don't know. Let's just say sometimes I need to take a break when consuming true crime or, like, dark things like that, because morbid curiosity will take over me, and I will want to look up and see pictures or, like, read details about the most, like, gruesome, gory, vile things that people have done to somebody, or have, like, done, and there are pictures of it. I don't know. There have been times I really shouldn't talk about this. There have been times where I will just like sit and scroll on like websites where it's like videos and pictures of dead people, and I'm like, I need to stop doing this. This is not good for me. And I need to not do that. But anyway, let's not get into that. Pink, red is killer, blue, red is green. Websites? Oh yeah, no, those exist. I'm not gonna say what the website is specifically, but it's really easy to find, and it's not that hard to get to, and that's kind of concerning that it's just allowed to be on the internet like that. Websites, it's not like dark web stuff, okay? It's not sketchy, illegal dark web stuff, even though I don't know all the laws and the rules, but I don't know if it is technically illegal to post videos and pictures of people dying or dead people on the internet. Reddit, yeah, you can't. No, I've already gone through all the Reddit threads where you can look at that stuff. Again, it's literally like morbid curiosity. Cause like I'll read like a case, like a true crime case. I'm like, oh, I wonder if there are any crime scene photos of this, or any like autopsy photos, and I want to like go look at them. So I just like go on the internet or Reddit. Anyway, I just went to my YouTube home channel. Oh yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not freaking creepy like that, but at the same time, I feel like it's a little peculiar. I just clicked on to the homepage of my YouTube channel, specifically my Mage's YouTube channel, and there is a video on the homepage recommended to me that says, ASMR, Goofy dies in a car crash while listening to Post Malone .mp3 re-upload. 5 years ago, 1 million views, 47 seconds. What the hell is this, YouTube? Okay, wait, now I'm curious. Hold on, wait, guys. Let's watch this together. We have to watch this that just showed up on my recommended. Showing up. Okay, we have to watch this together. Oh my gosh! Goofy! Goofy! Not the music! Not the music still playing! The police are here! Goofy! Oh my gosh, Goofy freaking dies. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Dude. YouTube is... YouTube is something else. That was literally in my recommended on the home page of my YouTube. What the heck? That was actually really funny. I'm sending that to my friend's Discord. What the f— That's such an oddly specific thing, and I love it. What the heck? Oh no, now I'm getting like recommended other ASMR videos. No, I don't want this. Why did I click on that? Anyway, my recommendations are POVs as a title and it's songs. Oh, Those memes are pretty funny. Alright, gamers. I think that's a good place to end for today. After watching that video. But yeah. Hopefully I answered all the questions adequately today that were asked. Maybe I'll do another Q&A eventually, but I feel like we will obviously need more questions and other questions. Dang, I just got here. I'm so sorry, Burgundy Bison. I'm sorry. You know what, though? When are we going back to Zomboid? Sleep well, I'm in your walls. Isaac, please. When are we going back to Zomboid? Ooh, that's tough. I think it would be fun to make a video on Zomboid Build 42. Or maybe convince all my friends that we need to play on the Project Zomboid server again, but then that means I would have to revert back to Build 41 and all of that jazz. But yeah. Or maybe I could like do a Zomboid, like try a Zomboid challenge or something like that. But yeah, I'm sorry for people who are just getting here, but good thing that after a stream on YouTube, you can watch the VOD. So if you missed the stream, you can just watch a video of it. Hey, I'll keep my notification active for your Zomboid vid. Nice. Nice. I'll have to try and come up with something for that, but I don't know, I want to play more Build 42 because I've only played like a little bit of it, but I want multiplayer to be back in Zomboid Build 42 because I want to play Build 42 with my friends. Got an opportunity to say an F your mom joke. What? Woo cows. Yes, there are animals in the game now, which I think is a very nice feature. But yeah, if you just missed all the questions in the stream, you can watch the VOD. I think what I'll try and do is put a comment in the VOD with timestamps to all the questions and everything, so if people don't want to watch the entire thing and all the stuff in between, then I will just put timestamps for each question. I think I will work on doing that and put a comment like that in the VOD. Good idea, yeah. But yeah, I think that will just about do it for me today, gamers. I just wanted to keep things kind of chill and simple for today, because I couldn't think of what game to play, and I also went to bed after 4 AM, so I'm kind of tired, and I wanted to just do something chill. And finally answer these questions that were submitted to me in February! But anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I had fun answering your questions, so if you ever want to do this again, get some R&R, like the barbecue. That place is good. But thank you guys. Zomboid vid. I have to watch my previous Zomboid vids if you haven't already. But I have some. They're pretty funny. But anyway, gamers, thank you again for tuning in today and also submitting questions if you did. I really appreciate it. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys watching videos and streams. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, night, whatever time of day it is for you, wherever you are in the world. Everybody stay safe, stay positive, distract yourself from anything by watching my haha funny videos. But anyway, thank you guys again for joining me. I really appreciate you guys. I know I always say that, but I really do. I really, really do. But anyway, gamers, that's gonna be it for me today. And I will see you guys later. Matanine. Ciao. Matanine. Bye-bye. Bye. 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 I am looking at you. Bye. Okay, bye. Bye for reals. Bye-bye.